Hey there and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a little tiny day in the life. I'm not going to show a whole bunch because the day got totally out of control, but we're going to be doing a little unpacking, unboxing if you will, at our new tasting room in downtown Napa. I'm also going to be making the most amazing steak taco salad with a little chimichurri. If you're new here, my name is Lauren. I do a lot of home decor, cooking, and cleaning, and I'd be so honored if you would subscribe to my channel. If you're a returning girl, it is so good to see you, and thank you for all your love and support while I've been working super hard to get our tasting room open. And I'll tell you all about it in the videos to come. And if you're visiting Napa, don't forget to put a comment down below and let me know if you'd like to come to a tasting. All right, let's just jump into this day.
Okay guys, so today we kind of have a jam-packed day. It's July 1st, which you guys know is my new year. And we're finally moving into our tasting room in downtown Napa, so I get to take all the stuff out of my house. I'm going to take you guys on a little day in the life so you can see everything. But I also need to inventory all the furniture into Smartsheet. I sold some items on my Poshmark account, so I need to send those. And then we have, I conducted my interviews yesterday, but I like my sales team and my management team to interview, so they have those all day. I need to check in with one of my other managers and finish a sign for our downtown tasting room, update our talk inventory, so we have tastings available. And then I have a press packet I need to get out for our Napa Valley Live magazine, and I need to rent a Home Depot. It is 5:30 right now. Movers arrive at 6, so I need to hustle upstairs and get ready. But I just want to give you kind of an overview. We open the doors. Moving starts at 6 a.m. I'm going to be hanging out for about 2 hours while they move in. And I have my broker's license, so I need to renew my license. I have one more test to take out of, gosh, how many? I think I have 8 in total. And then I have a sales meeting. I won't be at our sales meeting today, so I need to shoot an email out letting folks know I'm not going to be there and that any updates that I have. Last sales meeting was pretty intense, so I thought maybe this week we keep things a little simple. I have my annual checkup with my doctor, and then I'll be at First Street Napa pretty much all day, unpacking all our inventory and getting things where they go, and then we have family dinner tonight. I'll keep notes of things I need to do here, and let's get started.
So to get started, we're down in my garage, which you guys have seen as my decor storage, which has been storage for our tasting room for the last 4 months. But I want to get all that stuff out. And before I get there, I wanted to grab a Starbucks. This is our adorable little local Starbucks. How freaking cute is this? If you've been to Napa, please tell me in the comments down below. But this is our little Starbucks, and it's really cute. They did the whole interior like, you know, vineyard or wine themed, and I just love it. And I love all you girls. So if you're watching this, I love you and you're the best and you keep me alive. So I just thought I'd share that with you before we jump into the tasting room. So our tasting room was a white box that we've kind of been redoing. We just put a 20-foot bar into it and tried to turn it from a retail space into just a tasting space. And as we've been building it out, we've kind of wanted to go in the direction of something that's really fun, like going into somebody's, you know, living room and kind of enjoying wine the way we enjoy wine versus your obligatory tasting room with the stand-up bar. But let's take a walk and I'll show you a little more.
Guys, so here we are in this space. I think if you've been following us on Instagram, you've kind of seen the transformation, but if you haven't, basically all we've done is built this T-wall here, and then we've put in this 20-foot bar and the floors, which are really beautiful dark hardwood floors, which need to get cleaned today. And we've got the HVAC running for the first time today. This is behind the bar. I designed it so when you're serving wine bottles, you can tuck them under here and people can't see them, which I think is going to look really nice. And back here is our map of Napa Valley. And then we've got the bathrooms finally finished. It's like a high gloss black with a little bit of gold trim, which I thought looked really cute. And I've got a big gold mirror I'm putting there, a little settee here, and that's the bathroom. I'll take you over to the kitchen. So we'll have couches, chairs, a table and chairs, 2 couches here, and some other seating arrangements there. We have one more refrigerator coming. It's on back order. This is where we'll keep our rosé and our Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc. And back here, this is our kitchen. We've got the refrigerator getting delivered tomorrow. We have an ice machine. I don't think it's on yet. Washers. So today, all we're gonna do is move everything into its place, and then slowly I'll peel back this flooring after the movers are out, and I'll do it section by section. That way I don't scratch up the floors. And then I've got a ton of cleaning supplies coming today, which is gonna be great. And then we have a bunch of garbage, but today's the day.
About the things we used to do. No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time.
So I'm gonna link most of the furniture that I got for the space down below. The blue chairs, we have 2 of those here at my house. I ended up going with a lot of like velvet and gold in the space. I wanted to do something that was very different from all the other tasting rooms that are around where we have our tasting room. But so I'll share everything I have down below. We have a little bit of RH, some Anthropologie, some Wayfair, some Jonathan Adler, just kind of like a mix of a bunch of stuff. And then I had some custom art pieces done that are really fun and different. We're still getting stuff in today. I am doing a voiceover, I think on the 20th. I mean, geez, it's been that long, you guys. I am so sorry for not being on YouTube. It has been an absolute whirlwind of just staffing, getting things open, and just getting us back to where we were. And so it's just been a lot.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do?
So because there were so many people in the tasting room doing the unboxing, all our kids were there and everything, I'm gonna cut this part out and just go straight to the kitchen, which you know is my favorite part anyway. So I'm gonna be making my version of a steak taco salad. Before we jump into that, I wanted to share a couple of doTERRA items I picked up. I actually was looking for a knife from them, and I saw this wok, and this is my new go-to for everything. I haven't used my Dutch oven since I got it, and I love it. I'll link it down below. It's absolutely amazing. So a couple things we're gonna make today. I'm gonna be doing a little steak. I'm gonna use the barbecue for that. I'm also gonna be making some homemade tortillas. I have some cotija, a little red pepper, some arugula, which I love the pepperiness, especially with a spicy dish. We're gonna be using some avocado, some yellow onion, red onion, and shallots. We're also going to be using garlic and lime. You know, it can't be on my channel if we don't have garlic. I have some fresh corn. It's gonna be so sweet and delicious. We're gonna barbecue that up. I have some poblanos we're gonna roast in the wok, and some fresh cucumber and some cilantro. So before I do that, I wanted to share with you my new knife. You guys know I have been in the market for a new knife. This is not sponsored. And I found this amazing Santoku, which is my favorite knife to use. Every knife you ever see me use is a Santoku, which is basically a super, super sharp chopping knife. But what I like about these knives is the handle is ergonomic. So if you're chopping super fast, it doesn't ever slide out of your hands. But when I saw this with the wood handle, and it's German steel, and it's so sharp, I had to have it. And that's also where I saw the wok, so I grabbed that too. But let's jump into this dish. So to get started, I'm going to be doing a little version of like cube potatoes. I like to roast these in some chili powder. This is like one of my favorite go-tos. They're like little individual tater tots. They're so good. This is an easy add-on to any salad or side. You can use this for any dish. I'm going to add this to a bowl. I'm going to mix in a little bit of olive oil and some chili powder, and I'm going to roast that in the oven on a sheet pan for about 20 minutes on 350.
Start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I just miss you. We were such a constellation, right?
So while those are roasting, I'm going to chop up a bunch of the stuff we're going to be cooking today. I'm going to be starting with my poblanos. These are my favorite. I love them because they're not super spicy, but I like to chop them up and I like to roast them. They're so good. Today, since I have the potatoes in, I decided to just use my wok, and oh my God, I think I'm going to do that every time now. It made it so buttery and good, and also like super crunchy. Tell me in the comments down below if you guys eat something called padron peppers. We get them here in the valley, and we're in Northern California in Napa, but they're all over California. But padron peppers in the wok with like a little bit of fresh coarse salt is so good. Tell me in the comments down below if you guys have ever had that or enjoy working with peppers while you cook. We're going to be searing these up in the wok, and then we're going to be adding this to our salad. But for right now, I want to chop up everything I'm going to need for our recipe. That way it's all ready to go.
I miss you. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the rain.
So I'm going to be making garlic for 2 separate dishes today. I'm going to be making a cilantro vinaigrette, and I'm also going to be making something called a chimichurri, which is basically a fresh herb. It's an Argentinian topping, but it's a fresh herb, vinegar, olive oil, and garlic base topping. It goes really well with any type of meat, but we're going to be doing it with cilantro. Typically it's done with parsley, but you can't go wrong. And then once we're done with that, I'm going to just cube up all of these beautiful cucumbers. We're going to add that into our salad. I think during the summer or any season, it just brings a nice freshness to any dish.
I know that you are having a hard time right now.
So for here, I'm going to be chopping up some shallots. I'm going to be adding that to our vinaigrette. I think it brings a great buttery brightness with some great acidity to any dressing, honestly. That's why I'm actually adding half of the garlic over to that stash. That's going to be going into a blender, and then I'm going to keep my red onion. That's going to be going right into our salad. Since that's done, I'd like to pull out our potatoes, shake them up, make sure they get nice and coated, and throw them back in for probably another 10 minutes.
And we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best.
I'm going to be barbecuing a couple ears of corn that's going to go directly into our salad. Now, you guys know I have 4 kids, so some of this is going to go in the salad. The others are going to be cut up and put on their plate. They'll eat most of everything in the salad, just not in salad form for some reason. No idea, but they just don't seem to like the lettuce part. So I'm going to be cutting this up. To prepare this, I'm just going to be adding a little bit of olive oil here, kind of work them through, and then I'm going to be using the same chili powder I used before with the poblanos and with the potatoes. I'm going to be coating these up, and then we're going to put these on the barbecue with the steak.
Feel all alone in this world, but you have to put your trust into us, and we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best.
So you can prepare your steak any way. You can add some of that chili powder or some cumin or whatever you'd like here, maybe some chipotle seasoning, but I just like old-fashioned salt. I like to barbecue it that way. But before we add that to the barbecue, I want to start to layer our salad. I think it's kind of fun to kind of layer all of these together, especially if you're going to have people over or just kind of want to see your portions. For me, it's a portion thing, so I know exactly how much I have of everything. I have cilantro, red onion, and the cucumbers. And now I'm going to start to make our vinaigrette. So I use a cup of the cilantro, about a half a cup of shallots, and 4 cloves of garlic. Add a little bit of olive oil, and you'll want to use some white wine vinaigrette. I like to put that right in the blender, blend that up until it's nice and chopped. And I like to add a little bit of lime. Sometimes I'm going to use it on this dish because I love the way the lime plays off the corn. But you really don't have to. If you want to just do a simple vinaigrette, you can just do exactly the vinegar, the olive oil, and then the vegetables and herbs. I'm going to use a little salt and pepper, blend that up, and set it aside.
'Cause we only want what's best for you. For you. What is best for you.
So the next thing we're going to prepare is our chimichurri. Chimichurri happens to be one of my favorite things on earth. I've made it on my channel many times. Basically, a chimichurri is an uncooked sauce that uses chopped herbs of any type, typically made with parsley, but we're going to be doing it with cilantro. And then you just add any type of herb, garlic, olive oil, and vinegar. It came from Argentina, and it's also a fantastic thing to marinate steak in. We have done that too. It's just phenomenal. You definitely have to try this. But I'm going to chop up a couple things of garlic and the cilantro really finely. Now, I use the salt to break down the components of the garlic. If you smash up the garlic, add a little bit of salt on it, it will start to, the garlic will start to weep. And then once it weeps, it's a lot easier for you to press your knife into and turn it into a garlic paste. Once that's done, I'm also going to be a little extra here and add some lime zest, which is not part of this dish, and I'm going to add a little lime juice. I just really feel like summertime, the freshness of the lime and the acid is just super delicious. I'm going to mix that all up and set it aside.
You're far away and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart.
So the next thing we're going to do is actually make our tortilla chips. Now, this is one of the easiest recipes, but also one of the most requested things in my house, especially that with homemade guacamole. But all I like to do is just get those big packets of corn tortillas. I quarter them up, and then what I'll do is take a any type of pan. This is like one of my least favorite pans I'm using here. I honestly want to get one of the big doTERRA pans, but I'm like trying to not spend all the coins. But so for this one, I'm going to be using some vegetable oil, get that nice and hot. I like to take the edge of one of these tortilla strips or whatever, and I like to dip it in to see if it sizzles. If it starts to sizzle, then you're good. If it immediately starts to pop everywhere, your pan is way too hot and you're going to burn your chips. So slow and steady wins the race when it comes to the perfect golden tortilla chips. So just set them in there, let them sizzle very softly, and then as you start to see the edges turn a little bit golden brown, you can flip them. I also do not add salt to the pan. I wait until I have them on, I have like a little towel. You can use any type of paper towel or whatever. I like to add them then because it'll stick to the oil, but otherwise you'll have a bunch of salt at the bottom of your pan. Anyway, so keep doing that, rotating them, watching them. Never leave your tortilla chips. They're gonna burn, so definitely make sure you watch them and set them aside to dry.
wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow, and the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just.
So I wasn't even going to mention this, but I thought I probably should tell you a little bit about our grill. Again, this is not sponsored, but this is a Weber. It is their amazing smoke fire. You guys know, if you've watched my fall videos, I love to do smoked brisket, especially my smoked brisket chili. You've got to check it out because it's so good. But this particular, so these are actually the wood-fired pellets that I kind of didn't like. I know Traeger does one, and I was kind of intimidated by it, but this is super easy, especially if you want to grill on your own, but you're a bit intimidated. But what I love about this particular grill is I can connect it to my phone, and it's got a smoke boost. So I added a little bit of a smoke boost to this, so it's got some smoky flavors. It's going to go really well with our salad. I'll link it down below if you're into barbecuing. It's an awesome barbecue.
Through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit, there's a new day. It is waiting for us. There's a new day waiting round the bend. There's a new day, and it will restore us. There'll be new ways. This is not the end. I could be wrapped around your arms instead of being lonely. We could be gazing at the stars, but now it feels just like I wandered off into.
So I'm going to throw my poblanos on last. I always find that they stay nice and crunchy if you just kind of throw a little bit of olive oil in there. Don't cook them too much. Try to think of it as maybe cooking them like a little al dente. It'll create like a really delicious crunchy factor in your salad, kind of similar to the corn. I'm going to get the corn ready for the salad. The other two I'm going to save for my kids. And then we're going to cut up the steak, add the poblanos to the salad, and then get that delicious salad dressing and chimichurri on top. I love cotija. It's just a really nice buttery cheese if you're looking for something like that, but you honestly don't even have to add it to this. You could leave the cheese out. Either way, it's delicious. You could put beans in this. You could really add anything you want. You could do a wonderful, like a pico de gallo or anything like that, but definitely check out some different thoughts. This is what I had on hand this particular night, so that's why I added these items, but you can't go wrong with a taco salad.
I could be driving to your place, but now the ground is shaking. Could be a phase, but it feels like it will never go away until we make up. I can't be myself. I never knew how much I needed you. It should have been you. Another time, another place, I just know. It could have been you. What a crime and what a shame to let you go. Sometimes I just don't know what to do, 'cause it should have been you. It should have been you. Another time, another place, I just know. You could have been the one who made me feel home. What a crime and what a shame to let go. Ooh, it should have been you. Another time, another place, I just know. You could have been the one who made me feel at home.
Now it couldn't be a taco salad without a little taco, so we're gonna start to add in the chips, and I love this part. It's kind of fun to just have the crunchiness and the deliciousness in the salad. Then I'm gonna plate it up for my husband and I to enjoy. I left out the kids' plate just because they were in and out, and I gave them their plates out of the kitchen, which you guys don't see that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to tell you that we had that. And then my husband and I are gonna do steak. I actually did another steak for the kids this night as well, because once they tried my steak, they were like, I want steak too, which they didn't even want anything this night. So anyway, you know, kids. So I ended up just plating everything. I did the salad. I actually didn't feel like the potatoes this night, so I gave them to the kids, but my husband did. So you can kind of see how I plate that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have missed you all so much. Now you guys know I do a ton of home decor, especially during the holidays. I promise you I will be on here for all things fall, all things Halloween, all things Christmas, and I will get a little bit more organized with my time. Just so you know, I work for a wonderful company, and I am just so happy to be a part of our team, and when I give stuff my time, I just want to give it my all. So this has been a great journey, and you guys have been on my Instagram and following most of it, but I'll share more with you guys in the coming videos with that, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you make it, please tell me down below. I don't have a recipe card for it because it's so simple, but if you want anything or need anything, I'll put how I make things down in the descriptions down below. I'll link some of the fun things I have here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!